Here in the Yuba-Sutter County, in the past, it was that patients had to travel over an hour to get exceptional care in regard to their heart. I feel that time is heart muscle. Now what we offer here at the Rideout Heart Center is basically that any type of repair can be done of the heart that is done throughout the country. That includes coronary artery bypass grafting, valve repair and valve replacement, repair and replacement of the ascending, transverse, and descending aorta, along with repair and replacement of the ventricle itself. Prior to coming to the Yuba-Sutter area, heart surgery was performed approximately 50 to 60 miles away from here, which meant that patients who were having major heart attacks were at risk of dying even prior to reaching the destination. What we've been able to do at this time with my partner and I is standardize it such that all patients now can obtain heart care, exceptional heart care here close to home. So the model that is here at Fremont Rideout Hospital is very true in regards to heart care. We've extended that from the basics of just coronary artery bypass grafting into that of more complex operations. We have now performed the first minimally invasive mitral valve repair, and that was very successful, and the patient's doing extremely well.
I was the first patient that he had done in this hospital, minimally invasive. So when you think about the idea that he did a minimally invasive open heart surgery with no blood, it's phenomenal. I was thrilled with the whole team that Dr. Griffith has put together, the anesthesiologist, the cardiologist, Dr. Barr, the whole team as far as surgical team, the intensive care team, even the main floor team. From the beginning to end, the experience couldn't have been better. The decision to have surgery here in this hospital and with Dr. Griffith was a very educated decision and choice, and lots of research finding the specialist. But it was so amazing to me because we were looking at surgeons in Los Angeles and Stanford and San Francisco and Los Angeles and even throughout the country, Mayo Clinic. We were looking for a specialist who could do the open heart surgery for myself, but also for my mom years ago, and do it without blood. And when we found in our own neighborhood this extremely skilled surgeon who not only has the ability to do open heart surgery, now minimally invasive, with no blood, and he's right here in our backyard. I would go across the country to see this surgeon, and because of his skills and his ability, and now knowing the type of person he is, I definitely can't believe that he's here locally. And my family was concerned because it's a small local hospital in their eyes, and they were more than willing to send me money to go to another hospital or another location so I could get good care. But what they didn't know is that I had to get best care possible right here in Yuba City, Marysville. I immediately, after surgery, if it wasn't for the surgical pain, knew immediately that I was feeling 110% better. Because previous, my valve had almost quit working. And so very little blood was actually getting pushed over to the lung. So I was fatigued, I was stressed, I was exhausted. And I went from that to the valve completely working, pushing the blood to the heart, from the heart to the lungs. So the result for me was immediate. And I spent a day and a half in intensive care, and I actually walked from intensive care to the next bed a day and a half later. So I really thought that was a really good sign that I could walk from intensive care to my next floor. And it was just because it was obvious that the surgery was very much needed, but very well done. And the idea that he was able to do it repair it was huge, because that means I don't ever have to take medication. It's a permanent fix. It's not a temporary fix. I don't have to worry about rejection or complications. It's completely repaired, and Dr. Griffith said it was completely at the extreme edge of what he could repair. It was so damaged. And I had the valve was damaged, but also the 3 leaflets, the 3 cords were ripped away. So that was he had to completely rebuild and rework that. And I've been told that he's one of 200 in the country has the ability to do what he does. So the idea that he was able to do that, surgically repair it instead of replace it. Most would immediately have just pulled it out and put in a replacement. I was thrilled that I don't have to worry about complications or rejection or later having to go back to do a repair. And he was able to do it without blood, which was primary for me. So all of those skills together were just amazing. I mean, what do you say about somebody who saved your mother's life, saved my life, and is such a special, giving, kind person? He gives of himself 150%, and you feel when you have put your heart in somebody's hands, that he gives you so much more back. And he's an amazing person, an amazing surgeon.
I think the heart team at the Heart Center at Rideout is special because a number of the heart team members have had the opportunity to work in teams at other institutions, other states, other universities. Myself, having been trained at a university program, and Dr. Griffith, having trained at a university program, also bring a wealth of experience from different perspectives. And I think that we're small enough so that we can give personal care to our patients, and yet we're not so big as to just be a number. We all know each other very well and function as a team. I think a heart team functions as, when it's running right, performs like a symphony, or a pit crew in a race car, or finely tuned basketball team. It's that much of a team. We work together day in and day out, and I think all those things compressed together make it a pretty special place to work.